fourth game in 10 days. This has been a stretch for you guys, and you got the week off. And you guys may have been looking ready for the break. I mean, some teams may not have come out and played the way you guys did in this game tonight. I don't want to say it was a trap game, but just to come out and dominate the way you did and perform this well. I mean, what's that say about your team?
Yeah, I've seen that in the way we practice, and when you have a lot of guys that can compete with each other, it makes it better. And but I was just really pleased because we've been like, we're starting to get better defensively, and then I'm like, oh no, this team will come out and hit 15 threes on you. San Jose. I mean, they have been an explosive offense. They've won 5 out of the last 7. They were up 20 on San Diego State. That's there were some sleepless nights going into this one, but our guys were mature enough. I mean, they know we won by 2 at their place and had to come back to do it. They had respect for Coach Miles and his team, and so there was no looking by them. Not they got our attention when we played them, and also with what they've done since then. They've been playing, and they're the only team to beat New Mexico. They've done a lot of things this year. So, but I didn't know we could hold them 2 for 18 from 3 because of the way they shoot the ball, and so that is something that's trending in the right direction. And I think we're starting to guard as a team a little bit better, and that's starting to show up. So that's exciting. And there's things that we can still get better at, and that's the beauty of this group is they're trending that way, and we got a little time now to maybe make some more progress, hopefully. And the great thing is too, we got kind of, I called it the all-star break, like, hey, go to Cabo, do whatever you have to do, but get your minds away from basketball for 2 days, and then we'll come back the best we've come back. And it's the first year I've been interested in the Super Bowl for a long time, so I called it the Eagles at the start of the year, and now we got Kellen's going to win the Super Bowl, and it's a great weekend for the Broncos.
You've always said, you're not here just to hand out playing time, you got to go earn it. For Ems to continue to push the limit there and maybe give him more playing time, what does that mean?
I thought he did a great job of the second run of his, kind of sparked us, because it seemed like both teams were, the pace of the game was kind of slower than I wanted. It just seemed like we were running in sand just a little bit. And I thought he really sparked us in that little stretch where we got like the 10 or 12 point lead. And then we kind of never looked back from there. But I thought his energy sparked us. And that, that's the beauty of having some depth.
Al was praising his work ethic and kind of saying how the results weren't coming, but he was still putting in, and the team just kept bringing him up. What all were you saying to him, and just how hard has he worked to get to?
Yeah, we got a lot of guys at work, a lot of them, and it pays off. It does, and they just keep grinding. And now, my job as a coach is let's reset our minds and reset everybody, and let's just get everybody playing their best basketball down the stretch. If we do that, then we got something really, really special.
Leon, after the like you said, you both kind of sparked. It felt like these last 4 games, it's been close, and you guys have a big run pulled away. Do you feel like that's kind of becoming a little bit of an identity for this team, perhaps?
In what way? What do you mean?
Today it's 23-20. You go on a big run.
When I look back on other games throughout my career here, then, when I was looking back at Air Force games, and you're like, oh my gosh, we were losing 27-25, and then we win by 30. So, it's kind of a theme that we talk about is you're playing Division I teams. These are good players, good coaches. There's nobody you're going to knock out with a 25-0 run to start the game. It's you saw wood, and what we mean by that is every possession you're just sawing wood, and pretty soon the tree falls. But you got to make it tough every possession and on the glass and, and the way we defend. And then pretty soon it breaks open. You can get those runs. But you can't do it if you can't get stops. And we started the second half, we got a bunch of stops to take it, from 12 on up. So that's kind of the mindset, and our team is starting to understand that.
You got a month left, and Al's 1 assist away from the singles.
Yeah, how about that?
9 tonight, and just how more? Does he amaze you with every going game, or how do you?
Well, I think our staff has done a great job with him. Our players have done a great job with him, making him even better. I mean, he's a heck of a player, great instincts, sees the game, and we've given him a few things that have, just some video and some things that we've seen on tape that we think we can get him better at, and he has. He takes it because he's hungry to get better. That kid's a heck of a player because, I was talking about this, like, his assists are different. Sometimes you'll throw it to a guy, I'll make a tough three, and you get an assist. His assists almost like should count for 1.5 because, like, he throws it and you catch it and it's a lay-in. He's got so many of that where it's like, well, wow, you got that guy a easy bucket. And so there's different kinds of assists, and his are, those back-breaking ones where – because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you take the roller, he's going to find that he has that vision where he's going to find who you came off of, and we got shooters around him, and so his feel for the game and his vision and his intelligence. I mean, because to have the consistency of 9 assists and 1 turnover, I mean that, when at the start of the year, I told my team, like, okay, we can't be turning the ball over because we need Al to have some turnovers. Because if he's going to get high assists like 9, he's got to have 3 or 4 turnovers usually. But to have 9 and 1 is, man, that's not a lot of point guards that can do that.
You knew what you were getting from Al. You've seen him a lot. But I mean, like BJ says, we're in early February. He's about to break the assist record.
Yeah.
I mean, surely you couldn't expect him to be this.
Oh yeah, we did, and we thought that, especially with our guys, because there's more guys that can score around him now, and he's got one of the best players in the history of this program, and those two now, their synergy together is, that's pretty special. If I'm the other coach and Al and Tyson are in a ball screen together, it's like, this is not going to be easy to guard, because there's not a lot of right ways to guard it.
Al said that last time they played San Jose State, they were talking smack to him.
But I think those guys have a good relationship, and it's respect. Yeah.
Clearly, he's an emotional guy. I still feel like he's kind of leveled it out over the season, and then he knows when to unleash it. And kind of at the end of the game, he kind of unleashed it a little bit. Like, I don't know, what have you seen out of his emotions as he's developed in this program?
Well, he gets coached by such an even keel, calm guy that I think it's really helped him that way. His fire is what I wanted and what this team needs, and that's why he and I don't know if I've had some great connections with players, like where we understand when we make eye contact, but maybe never one that happened as quickly as what I did with Al. Like, he knows what I'm thinking when I look in his eyes, and what we want defensively, what we want offensively, and I know what he sees, and I listen when he talks because that guy knows what's going on, and that's what you want as a coach. I love those guys that come over and tell me something like, hey, get this guy in the game. He's playing good. I need him out there. Got it. That guy has a great feel for that kind of stuff. He's going to play for a long time, but then hopefully someday I can get him back here as a coach because that guy knows the game.
Back in the fall, Ashton would rush for 150 yards and would make it through a press conference, and who forget to even ask about it.
Yeah.
Tyson
It's true.
22 and 6 on 9 of 11 shooting 3 of 3 from 3.
9 of 11, yeah.
They said to not take it for granted, but how impressive.
You're right, and thank you for pointing that. 22 and 6, 22 on 11 shots. That's as efficient as you can be, and we're counting the minutes of the time we get with Tyson, and so let's sell these last home games. We only got 3 more home games with Tyson, Dagenhart, and Al, and this team that is pretty special. So sell them out. Let's get that going, and these are big games for us. We're putting ourselves in a good position with the numbers. We got to keep doing our work. It's all about us. It's nobody else is going to do our work. We have to do it ourselves. But I'm cherishing every day with Tyson, you do. You take the greatness for granted, the moment he leaves, we'll be like, oh my God, remember every game you'd have 22 and 6, and it was just you put it in the books. Yeah.
You joked about the All-Star break, but just this last 4-game stretch from where you were after the Colorado State game to where you are now, and kind of you're 9-4 in the league, and
Mhm.
right there in position
Right.
to, for the stretch run here. Just what can you say about the last 2 weeks, and then just the way the break does fall, where right when you have these 4 huge games coming up, you get this kind of reset.
Yeah, we don't have 4 games. We have 1 game. We've been doing a good job of that. But yeah, it was. I got friends that are in other leagues that have no buys. Man, what they wouldn't give for a buy, because it's game prep, recovery. All that stuff. It's hard to get a lot of time on the floor to make your guys better and make your team better. This gives us a couple days to do that, a couple days, because you don't want to also wear them out. The most important thing to being a good team is playing with energy, excitement, all that stuff. That's the most important thing. And if you don't have that, forget about the schemes, forget about all the things that you're trying to get them better at. You have to be that, and this gives us a chance to maybe have that.
Just the last 4 games, though, when you look at where you were and where
Yeah.
how impressive it is.
Yeah, and great job. Kudos to my staff. I mean, we did some good things that have shown up on the floor, and we simplified a couple things, but that's the thing. You got to do some things that can help your team, and we identified some issues and things that we weren't doing good enough, and it looks like we've gotten a lot better at them. And if we can take another step, then we're going to have something special.
With this break, I mean, obviously the last break, you coming off a bunch of losses, had a lot to fix.
Not a bunch, not really. I mean, I look around the country, there's teams with a bunch of losses and good teams that, we lost 2 games. Yeah, it was, yeah. Choose your words carefully.
What do you think the biggest thing you guys want to work on is?
On this break?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to, if I can get everybody clicking, everybody playing their best down the stretch, then we got something special. Because I think we've made some progress. Some guys, I got my eyes on some other things. Guys I want to get playing their best, because I've seen their best, and when they get there, it's pretty special. And if I get that, if we get that all together where everybody's doing their best stuff, it's going to be pretty powerful.